Hey y'all, how y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me get the
Well,
bomb.
hello, sir.
It looked like you back home. I thought you was out. You was.
I'm back home. I'm home.
Oh, you home? Good,
Hold
good.
on, let me get my let me share this out of my channel so my people know where to find us.
Yeah, because they be late to my little get shindig, child.
But we are here. We are here.
We are. Oh my goodness. So how have you been?
I'm okay. I have been, you know me. I'm always a traveling girl. I'm always in the wind.
Always somewhere, child.
But we are here. So yeah, it's a lot that went on.
It is. My God. Anyway, yeah, Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 7 from season 7. What is it called again? Beef is served. There we go. Beef is served. It definitely was because, honey, it was nothing but beef that whole entire episode. I don't think I ever watched a Real Housewives episode that was centered around one scene. Basically, like they're getting ready for the event, and then the event, and then boom. Like it's just it's. I was like, what's going on? Like y'all woke up to go to dinner.
Welcome to Potomac. And see, the thing about it is, what they want you to do, they get the fans get so vested into
Mm.
it because of the way they set it, the way production kind of really just orchestrates the whole thing and sets it up. You have no choice but to be vested into everything that's about to go down. And then when the freaking train wreck happens, now you're like, you know what?
Right, right. I was like, honey, this is long and drawn out. We gotta, girl, keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving at some point, girl. So let's timeline everything. It picks back up from Mia's conversation with Patricia. Okay. Mia, Giselle, and Robin need to be done after this. He's hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's really talk about it. I'm so sick of Mia monkey ass. I'm sick of Giselle and her D ride because she be D riding off
Ooh.
Robin. And Robin is just ugh.
Now you see why I be so like that about Giselle. Giselle, mm,
And with no reason, because y'all ain't got no issue. Y'all ain't got no issue with Wendy, honey. But y'all beefing with her because Candace ain't there to be a punching bag yet. She ain't there yet.
Giselle claims she's mad at Wendy because Wendy been coming at her all during the off season. But you do remember that you tried
Mhm.
to mess up that woman's marriage last year and was
Yes.
coming out here talking about her husband was cheating on her left, right, and sideways. You do realize that you did that last year, Giselle.
Honey, hydrocephalus runs in the green eye bandits. Okay, they all
Oh.
got it, honey. Even though we can't see Giselle's that much, child. Hey, Nikki B.
Hey,
Now,
everybody.
yeah, I was everybody coming in. The truth of the matter is, Wendy is what they want to be. Oop, but can't, child. Yes, because if we look at Wendy, Wendy's successful. She's married, happily. Trying to live life vicariously. And we look at Robin and Giselle and even Ashley. Their lives are depleting, decaying, like literally before our very eyes. Now, yeah. So anyway, it picks up from last episode. We see Mia talking with Peter. Peter gets on there and be like, "Oh yeah, well Mia's like, we coming down to to your little bar one or whatever." And here Wendy's gonna be there and everything. And he said, "Oh, I got beef with Wendy, right?" So she goes to ask, like, what's going on? Like, what you got beef with Wendy for? He said, "Well, when I see her, I'ma say it. Like, I'ma say it." Said it just like that. I'm like, honey,
The
Patricia.
shit was so it oozed estrogen. It oozed catty girl. It oozed like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like and then Pete Peter Thomas,
Ugh.
who's been involved with several franchises now,
Mhm.
you knew exactly what was going to happen. when you told that woman that. You knew exactly. So for him to plant that there and then just walk away, light the ignite the wick on the grenade and then just leave it there, walk away like nothing happened, knowing full well how Mia was going to take that and
Mm-hmm.
turn that into something. Like and it's giving that this was way more orchestrated.
Yeah.
Like there were way more players involved in this than they're leading on. Like it's looking very,
Like staged
very
and
orchestrated.
planned, and it's not even planned by like production or anything like that. It's like literally the cast member saying, "Put this shit on
Because
this."
you could see Peter being involved,
Yeah.
Mia, Giselle, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people who were not involved clearly had to be Ashley,
Yeah.
Wendy, and Karen and Candace. But Giselle, Robin, Mia, and Peter, at this point, you can't tell me they're not involved. They didn't orchestrate all of this.
Oh, what you got the T handsome baller, honey? Instead of Peter beefing with Wendy, he needs to be beefing with the collection agencies and banks that he owes on loans that he defaulted on. Oh Lord, child, talk
Mm.
about it.
Because he really has no beef with Wendy. He literally has zero beef with that woman.
You in his city and she ain't
It's
speak
not
to
no
you.
fucking city. Miami is not his goddamn city. I wish
Right.
he wouldn't say that.
Miami is so many people's city. Everybody that got a little bit of fame be
He
like, oh
ain't even from Miami. I might even say that if he was from Miami. Bruh ain't even from Miami. That ain't
yeah.
even his permanent residence.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was something. You always in Charlotte.
You don't even have a Florida driver's license.
Child.
Oh,
Walk up.
if you don't go sit down somewhere, Petunia,
Not Patricia. It's Patricia.
go sit down somewhere, Petunia.
Honey,
Patricia is giving him a little too much. Petunia is a little more cunty for
not
him. That's what he needs. Petunia.
not cunty. Oh my god. Anyway, so moreover on that, they get off the phone, and we see that the girls are getting ready. They're getting dolled up. And Mia friend was kind of, she was a little aggy this episode. I mean, like she was aggy in the other episodes, but like she was like, "Oh well, I need this, I need that," like borrowing each other's toothbrushes or something like that, and deodorant. I'm just like, toothbrush?
Like I'm like,
Y'all
girl, I
do
know
it.
exactly what y'all said. It's off Biscayne Boulevard. Baby, you could have got in one of them little vans and went to the damn CVS Walgreens.
Mhm.
You knew when you left your house that you ain't have no goddamn toiletries and no what kind of dirty, nasty filthiness is this? I don't care what you leave. Deodorant is not one of the things that you don't travel with. And I don't care who you is and what you got going on. Deodorant, and if you're a woman, feminine products.
Yeah, yeah, that was dumb. I was like, girl, and then the toothbrush is what got me because I'm like, I don't care how much you close, I don't care if you my man, if we blood relatives, ain't no
You're
way
not using my toothbrush.
a toothbrush. Are you dumb?
You're not using my toothbrush.
I think because saliva, other people's saliva and back all that shit, like that's just a pet peeve of mine. So sharing a tooth, girl,
I don't care if you are my man and you put all parts of your body and bodily fluids inside of my mouth at some point. We
yeah,
still ain't using the same toothbrush.
the same toothbrush. Are you crazy? I was
I'm
like,
just not.
I don't see how they friends because they was kind of like going back and forth, like a
But
low key, like
and
Lindsay.
IMT Brown says it sounds like she left her toiletry bag. Okay, if that's the case, and you open your suitcase and notice you left your toiletry bag, instead of you saying, "Can I borrow your cat?" Your word should have been, "Hey, girl, I need to go down here to the CVS or Walgreens, talk to production. Hey, I left my toiletry bag. Can y'all, one of y'all, shoot me around here too, or can I just catch an Uber or something to the doggone Walgreens or something because I need to have myself in order."
Child, knowing production, they probably like, oh no, play it off like you want to share her stuff.
And then, the reason it doesn't make sense because all these girls
Hmm.
allegedly, I'm putting up my quotation fingers, travel with glam entourages and people who's supposed to be having them well put together.
Right.
and none of these people could go in. It's just giving real like, girl,
Girl.
girl,
Honey,
how
this show,
dirty and trifling? Because you look real dirty and trifling.
you know Mia probably don't take her nowhere. Have we seen her before in previous seasons or no?
No, this is the first season we done seen her.
The first season. See it. So girl, this your first
She
rodeo.
wasn't on. She we didn't see her last season with me, and this is the first season we saw her.
Mm, this is failing. Yeah, she was. I mean, I could. She was a good friend, like towards the fight. Trying to get Mia off the situation, but like everything leading up to it, she was aggravating, to be honest. So yeah, that happened. So Mia goes, because she's going around saying, "Ooh, I got the gossip" or whatever. She tells Giselle, and was it Ashley that was there, or Robin?
I think it was Ashley. I don't think it
Okay,
was. I think it was Giselle and Ashley.
Giselle and Ashley. Yeah, yeah. So she fills them in on what Peter was talking about, how he got this beef with Wendy or whatever, and allegedly, child, because we dealing with Giselle. She goes on to be like, "Oh, well, I got some tea." Well, she tried to sit there and Google Peter, like don't nobody know Peter, like this, that, and the third. This is Cynthia's ex-husband, and going off. And then she basically says Peter had no intentions of really working with Wendy, but he just wanted to, do it for shits and giggles. But he really
So
thinks,
what is the beef? That's why this shit is
yeah,
not adding up.
hey, Xavier.
Like if Peter is claiming he wasn't taking her seriously, where's the beef? If she doesn't get back with you, you weren't taking her seriously anyway.
Right. This is
Girl,
Giselle's words, so we don't know if it's like minced. You know how Giselle be chopping up shit. You know.
Giselle is a liar. She's a known liar.
hmm So that's why I was saying, I was like, Giselle, she be claiming like she know everything, but getting the story all messed up, and it tells towards when we get to this damn sit down. But yeah, that happened. We get a scene with Wendy talking to Karen. Karen basically is like, "Oh, I don't want to do this sit down with Charisse."
Therese. But my thing is, and like
Mhm.
I said on my review, real girls do real things. And I am from the school of thought. If I got a problem with you
hmm
and I don't want no parts of you, like Karen is alleging she don't want no parts of Sharice, baby, that first time Sharice came to my event uninvited, baby, I would have been waiting for you at the door. Okay? Like at the door. Like,
At,
hey boo, who invited you? Oh, Robin invited me. Hey Robin, let me talk to you, boo. Cause
hmm
honey, I
hmm
don't do her. Baby, I don't baby, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
baby, this is not the place for you. You can go ahead and go on and go. You wouldn't have even been able to have that conversation with me to ask me about going to lunch. But even if I give you, you tried to be nice and hospitable, at the moment that she tried to be fake or whatever she tried to do to you, Karen, when she asked you about going to lunch, your word was supposed to be, no, baby, we don't have nothing. We're not friends. We'll have nothing
hmm
to talk about. I would not be going to lunch with you, and you need to go ahead and let this go because we are not friends, nor do I know that we will ever be friends again in life. Baby,
Her.
you can go on over there, and I'll be over here just so we can keep it cute. But we're not going to lunch. That's how you should have handled it. But you being all thinking, oh yes, we can go to lunch, and now you every episode you avoided her. That looked like some weak cowardly shit that
Yeah.
I can't deal with. But we
It
are talking
it
about
do seem
Karen
like
who she is.
Karen. It do seem like Karen be just trying to. I guess she try to keep the peace, but my thing is like, it's clear that Charisse, though, she wants to come back on the show in some form of capacity, but she doesn't have a storyline. So she's kind of forcing this reunition with Karen, and Karen is not having it. Um, I will say, I mean, and I don't, and this is my first season really paying attention to Potomac. I only used to just watch the reunions. Karen has not talked a lot. Like,
But Karen doesn't have a
barely
storyline for
holds.
her, and so that's what I'm saying this season. So for her not wanting any parts of Sharice, you have no reason to be here, Karen.
Yeah.
Like you literally have no reason to be here.
Well, I mean, she's one of those. It's like I don't matter if I'm giving the drama or not. They're gonna keep me here.
Girl,
Andy begged to differ.
child, y'all already know I don't like Karen.
We'll
So,
see what happens at that reunion. Who he's sitting next to, chair.
like, Karen serves no purpose at this point.
Uh-huh.
None.
Yeah. I mean, was there anything else memorable about that conversation she had with Wendy? It was anything else?
Mm-mm,
No, not really.
mm-mm.
It was Karen. Karen. I like Karen though. Like that's the thing. Like I do. I really genuinely do. Like I think she's a funny. I look. Oh, now Xavier said Karen is the grand dame.
They always be caping for Karen, and no, I can't stand that hookup.
No, they said without Karen. He said without Karen, half of these women would have no reason to hang out. Let's be very clear. Karen is the glue. She is the glue to
She
this.
is not. I don't. What makes Karen the glue? Because she had the spring fling.
She be bringing the girls together. She be trying to. She be like, look, y'all need to stop this petty bullshit. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look. She kind of the glue, kind of.
Child.
Anyway, so we see Ashley doing TikToks, honey. She over there in a dress with no panties on. I was like, okay, Ashley. Let me tell you something. Ashley, she got body, she got face. You know, we just got to get that. We got to pull that hairline down a little bit, but you know, she's a cute girl. So she was doing some TikToks. Yeah,
Ma'am, you have kids, okay? And her skankdacious ass had the nerve to have on that dress with no drawers on and slits all the way up the side. Like you literally, depending on the angle that she walks in and how the dress moves when she walked, you probably could see all glory if you really wanted to.
right.
Because that thing was open all the way up the
It
side.
was
It just had like
open.
some shoelaces or something. She's a whore.
She
She's
was
a
trying to
whore.
get. She was trying to find. She was trying to fish. She
She's a
look.
whore.
I mean, she was at bar one. I don't know where you trying to fish at, child. I mean, yeah, I thought you. I
I've
thought
been to bar one a while back. It's not in the Miami has no shortage of awesome restaurants and places to eat. Bar one ain't one of the places you said, well, I gotta put that on my list when I go to Miami. Child, it's not. It's not, Peter. I'm sorry.
Now, Xavier poses an interesting question. Do you think Wendy and Candace would be on the trip if it wasn't for Karen?
Mia doesn't have any beef with Candace.
Mm.
Like Mia don't have no beef with Candace.
I
And
mean,
first of all, I don't know, Candace and Karen have never reconciled after that whole thing with Monique. Candace never really reconciled with Karen, so I don't foresee Candace and Karen. Now the Wendy situation, would they have been there? Yes, because let's be clear, production would have been like if it's a cash trip, everybody's going.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I don't believe that left to themselves, whether Karen wouldn't be the reason that anybody for that matter would be on a trip. Like
Mm.
ain't nobody coming there for Karen. Nobody.
Ain't nobody coming there for Karen. Dang, you really think Karen ain't got that much? She ain't got that much pull.
Nobody's gonna say, I'm gonna go on this trip just on the strength of Karen Huger.
Mm.
Karen don't see it for Giselle and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear. Um, Karen and Candace never really reconciled after the whole season 5 situation. Um, Karen and Wendy, maybe because last season Wendy was trying to get cool with Karen and with the candles and shit. So maybe if I'm trying to make something maybe that. But even with Karen and Mia, I don't see Karen and Mia all chummy. I mean, they live by each other. She came to her house, but maybe Mia. It ain't definitely ain't Karen and Ashley.
So you said definitely ain't Karen and Ashley.
I don't know what she holding together. She
Well,
ain't holding that wig together, that ugly ass wig. She be having in that confessional because that lion's mane wig. I told y'all last week that wig was a mess.
wait, it's the shortcut. You talking about?
No, not the shortcut, the blonde, not the blonde she normally would the one in the confessional. And it's just like they just shook
Mm.
it up and just set it on her head. And it just be like big, like a big lion's mane.
I
And I'd
do.
be like, Karen, Karen, I don't even be caring about the fashions or the hair. So that's why I'm like, if I'm looking at you crazy, Karen, it's like, girl, what are you doing, Karen? What are you doing?
Well, Xavier said Mia doesn't like Candace. I don't. Is that? I don't know.
But if Mia doesn't like Candace, that's fine. But she don't really have no reason not to like Candace. They
Yeah.
ain't really had no beef like that.
Well, I mean, there is could be a reason. Is with the reason everybody on Twitter is talking about the whole
I
colorway.
mean, well, now it is. Well, let me take that back. I spoke wrong. Candace has a reason to like not like Mia because Mia lied and made up a situation talking about Christmas, looking at her at
Mm-hmm.
that spring fling. So Candace does have a reason to not like Mia.
Yeah. I think yeah. Candace says she is not getting, she's not gelling with these girls, and you could tell because ain't no way in the world it took you that long. It's taking you that long to show up to this damn trip. You okay? You recording a song with Trina, but come on now, it don't take much to write no damn verse.
But
Recording.
it do look like this was all on the same day
Okay.
from the time they got there and then they went out that night. So it does look like this is all in the same day. So if she was coming late that night after
Mhm.
all of the girls, like, I could kind of see that.
Right. They said when Candace threw that letter at Mia. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, they probably got some underlying beefs. Um.
I forgot about the lettuce.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Y'all did remind me. Candace did throw that lettuce at Mia last year. But Mia, Mia pissed everybody off last year because she was a known liar
Yeah.
last season. Like everybody knows Mia is a known liar. Like and then she gets caught in lies and act like it ain't never happened. Like it's so blatant. She's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
She is. I'm
She's ridiculous.
sorry.
But I forgot. Thank you, Xavier. She did have that situation with the lettuce last year. She did.
Yeah.
You're very right. I take that back. I stand corrected.
So the girls get together. They get in the car. We're in separate cars, I believe. Mia, Karen, well, Mia's friend, and I think somebody else was in their car. And they gets to talking about Mia gets to talking to Karen about, well, I can understand your frustration with Sharice, because she was being so uppity and so weird about the room placement. Like, girl, like it's not giving that or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, like,
But she was trying to say Sharice was being so dramatic. And I was like, she really wasn't.
and my thing, like you said in the beginning, real girls do real things. Like, you didn't give her the 1 to 2 when she was saying that. You didn't want to pull her aside, like, hey, girl, this look, don't do that. Because this is look, this is what it is. It is what it is. Now, I don't know. Mia just seems she do seem like she just flip flop. Like she just goes wherever the wind blows.
Whatever the wind blow, whatever she think is gonna get her some
Yeah.
attention or some time on the camera,
And she
she
thought Karen was gonna go all the way in, like, yeah, fuck that bitch. And Karen really was just like, well, I'm just, she just said her piece and moved on.
she's trying
Mm-hmm.
so hard. Like she's doing way too much. If anybody is dramatic, it is Mia, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's so such a such irony for her to be calling other people dramatic when she is clearly the dramatic one.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like how she talked to Jacqueline. Very gutter esque. What she say to Jacqueline? I forgot.
When she told, but I remember she had been kind of snapping at Jacqueline
Yeah,
the
the whole
whole
episode.
episode. Because
Yeah.
one time Jacqueline was like, Mia, see, girl, Mia got the right friends. Because, baby, that first time Mama would have said, hey, bitch, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, down this shit. Like, I know these your new little friends or whatever. But,
Mm-hmm.
girl, I know you. Girl, this,
Okay. I knew you
mm-mm,
before the
honey.
surgery. I knew you before the Restylane.
Okay, girl. Yeah, I knew you when you were still busting it down in the champagne room at the strip club.
Not busting it down, honey. You gonna sit there and lie and said you was a bottle girl. We knew
Girl,
you was stripping. Shut up.
girl. I don't see no man walking home with the bottle girls because the bottle girls don't do nothing.
Bottle girls don't do nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
You went in the damn what's the room? What's the room in P Valley?
Is it the pink room? The no, it's the Shit, what's it called? Oh, I forgot what it's called now.
Yeah,
It,
it was the
it's
cloud
the
room at one point, child. You went in them rooms.
hmm
Very
the
clear.
one that used to be all white and then they turned it all red.
Yeah. Mia threw me all the way off. Like I was very neutral when it came to this character, but like she threw me all the way off this episode. So that happened. Then we cut to I guess the other car and that had Sharice, Ashley, Robin, Giselle. And they were like doing their little banter back and forth. One thing that was talked about was like not using doing number two like in front of your husband. And
Ugh.
I was like,
The disgusting conversation was the whole conversation about women naked in front of their children, their
"Ooh,
male teenage boy. No, no
Robin."
means
Now,
the
Robin,
hell no.
don't, and I know the just the thought of Robin.
These these women are raising children.
I was, ooh,
This is the sad part.
and then when Ashley said her mom,
Not the bearded lady. Girl,
she said, yeah,
not Ringling Brothers, Bottom and Bailey's favorite. Girl, if my mama came out the bathroom, but baby, when I tell you, I would be going on. Where you going? If you don't take your naked ass back in that bathroom and get you something to put on,
you want to talk about gray pubes? Okay.
girl, why is your mama? This boy is 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you say, okay, I got a little child, a toddler,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but I feel like in my brain, just in my brain though, if the child can identify that being a reproductive organ, you probably shouldn't be your ass naked.
Mm.
If a child can identify, if in the same vein as you teach little kids to protect their private parts, like when you have little toddlers 4 or 5 years old, you don't let little toddlers 4 or 5 years old run around naked, playing with themselves and stuff. You don't. You teach them,
Mm-hmm.
hey, that's your private areas. Don't nobody, see that. You kind of go over there.
Yeah.
So you can't in the next breath be flailing and flopping your titties around everywhere and all kinds of shit. Put them up.
You know,
Put
Robin,
them
child. You know,
there.
I'm one of the guys. Ooh, let me stop. Child. I was like, ugh, Robin, she is like a lot of people said on Twitter. That is a white woman. That is a
So that's a whole
Caucasian.
ass man. Just be clear.
Not that song.
Whole ass linebacker.
Oh, so she doing the bending?
Child. hmm She's a whole ass goddamn linebacker. She's a mess. I just wish I did. And then some of the other women was like, yeah, because I be around naked without my child.
And you know,
No,
Sharice looking at them like they crazy. I'm like, girl,
this ain't it.
ain't it.
It's one thing for Giselle to do that because Giselle has daughters.
Oh, right.
But if you got Robin got all men in that house, ain't no women in that house.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why she feels comfortable because when she let her nuts hang like everybody else. But even with guys, let's just be clear. Even when you stay in a house full of
Mm-hmm.
guys just don't be walking around, dick slanging around, just
Yeah,
out
no,
in
not at
stuff
all.
like that. Like no,
No, like it's
dick and balls flopping around. Like,
put
what are you doing?
some damn clothes on.
Put some damn clothes on.
That whole conversation made me feel it made me uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I've seen on my social media that a lot of them be like, because this my house, and I'm gonna walk around naked if I want to. I don't care how old my son is. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
No means no, and
Throwing
yes
up.
means no.
Throwing the hell up. Okay.
No,
Really when Ashley said her mom be doing, my mom be doing that too. He said, well, you was a girl. No, with the I was
girl, we never went to don't find the bearded lady flopping around naked.
I would have kept that to myself.
Baby, you're supposed to take that to the grave.
Take it to
Because
the
now the horrible mental pictures scorched into our brains. Okay.
So now we get to bar none. Okay, everybody shows up to bar none. Everybody's getting their stuff together. Everybody's sitting down, getting orders. You
Imagine
know,
you call this man's restaurant bar none.
oh, bar none. Because look, let me tell you something. Nene ain't never told no lies. Nene ain't never told no lies. I've seen that all over Twitter. They was when she sat there, called that man a bitch, called that man Patricia. It's aging like fine wine. So yeah, bar none. Um, they get down, they get to talking. So apparently Ashley reneged on this whole narrative that Chris was grabbing people's asses or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of way. First of all, both of them forgot the script, which goes back to, like I said, this shit was concocted by Ashley and Giselle,
Mm.
and somebody forgot the script. I think Ashley forgot that she was supposed to include that part, and Giselle remembered. And so when Giselle said the ass part, that was what they rehearsed, but Ashley had never said it.
It,
So Satana was, they were calling Satana a liar, even though Satana was not lying. Robin knew what the script was because Robin ran with it too. A mess. A mess.
y'all really lying on this man, and it's so
Just lying.
at this point, I ought to be serving bitches cease and desists.
Like really.
Cause now,
Like
cause now
really.
y'all making it. Cause now it's looking like it's giving rapey, like it's giving R. Kelly-ish. It's giving like this man is taking advantage and groping and touching people. So
And that's what I was saying that from the beginning.
mhm,
They're painting this narrative. They are muddying the water enough to now anytime he does anything where he could say, "Hey, how you doing?" The way the inflection in his voice and that, "Hey, how you doing?" What do you insinuate? What you mean how I'm doing?
mhm.
You don't need to be worried about how I'm doing. Don't you got a wife? And you looking like, bitch, all I said was, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, girl, hey, girl.
Yeah, that ain't cool. And the fact that they over here and they probably slapped. They probably got Ashley at the end of that damn tape.
Oh, I forgot, Dan. We did tell the people. I did remind the people that if they want to come up, we would drop a link. We did. I did say that because we said it last week. I forgot.
We
I'm over
did.
here looking. I just looked at the chat and nobody asked in the chat, but it just came to my mind. I was like, oh,
Okay, I mean, I could just share the invite link to them.
yeah, you can put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm putting in the chat. Everybody want to come in? Come in. You already know what it is. We very friendly over here. Okay, let me see. There we go. Good that you reminded me. But yeah, like it's, at least go over your lines before y'all.
Right.
Before,
Like, if you're going to concoct a story, have
uh-huh.
it together.
Have it together. Let's be clear. Like it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Now, Sharice and Karen get into it. Now, it was somebody brought up something. It's always somebody bringing up some little line or whatever. Like, oh, it was Giselle talking about. It's good seeing you and Karen and Sharice smiling at each other. Like, what's going on over there? Like, Giselle always. That's why I can't wait to see her ass in the damn All Star. Because I know she gonna get that ass popped. Because I think Portia's supposed to be in there too, but that's another story. Um, yeah, so they get into it. Karen and Sharice. Sharice is like literally. She is looking a little desperate at this point because I'm just like, girl, what is it that you want? Like, she don't want to mess with you. She obviously don't want to have a
Mhm.
conversation with you.
Because at this
Mhm.
point, I would, I mean, it's brutally honest what's happening. I wouldn't even try to fuck with her no more. Be
Mhm.
like, if anything, I would have called her right on night. If you want the storyline and Giselle threw you that alley oop, you were supposed to take it and duck the ball. I don't know what the fuck that bitch problem is. I've been trying to talk to her, but she ain't got to talk to me. The bitch ugly anyway. Stay your ass across the table. Cause
Mhm.
I would have went in
Yeah.
and let her have. But you sitting over there and it just gave very, like you said, acts of desperation. Like you really trying to get this woman to be your friend for
Yeah.
some reason. She ain't paying you the time of day, and it looks very just
Desperate.
act of desperation.
Yeah.
And I just would have been, girl. I would have when Mama kind of when Karen kind of tooted her nose up at Sharita, like, girl, we ain't friends like that. Oh, we not?
I don't
And girl, I would
know.
have went in. Girl, that would have been all. Oh wait, what?
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Girl, I would have went in.
Like it just was long and drawn out. I was like, girl, what's going on? Let's move on to the next thing, child. Obviously, she don't want to be your friend. She don't want to talk to you. Move on. There's other ways to. I mean, if you want to make a storyline, to try to come back on the show, because I guess they trying to see if Sharice. I mean, what did she leave? Why did she leave in the first place? Was she ain't got a husband no more?
It was always, from what I remember, a friend. She was never a regular cast member. She was always a friend to the show,
Oh, okay.
and she called Karen out. Was it season one or season two?
Who brought her on the show?
Then, huh?
Who brought her on the show?
She actually brought the other girls on the show.
Oh, Karen.
Sharice is the real glue that brought all them other women on the show.
Oh,
She knew everybody.
so how the hell was she not a cast member?
I mean, you have seen her, right?
I had. What?
She's
No.
not the easiest on. I don't know how that should have happened. Now it takes Potomac historian like really be to tell you how she ain't make it on the show, but she was always a friend to the show. But I
Mm.
remember she called out. Karen said that she was going to see somebody named Blue Eyes or that had blue eyes and was
Yeah, like
cheating
she
on
was.
Ray.
Yeah, cheating on Ray. That's what really drew nailed
Hmm.
the coffin. Honestly.
And my thing is, Karen, if none of that shit was true, why you bothered?
Yeah.
Like, girl, I would have been like, that bitch been trying to lie on me for the last 7 years.
Nope.
So, girl,
Well,
girl.
I said this, child. Well, she knows that. I think Karen knows that she need me to get back on this show or to be
Mhm.
some sort of relevance. So I'm gonna give her nothing. So I think that's what's going on. Um. Anyway, because that was
Can we get a scholar back
a what?
from last season? A scholar was the chick that was a friend to the show last season. Now, Mama was the one who I like. She was sickening. Outfits was always laid.
Mm,
Hair always laid. She had a great personality. She was a pretty girl. She got along with people. She really added to the vibe of the show. And then ceremoniously, we found out before the season she wasn't coming back. I was like, what?
who's
I
Koala
think she
again?
was at no, she was at the Spring Fling. I
Okay.
think she came to the Spring Fling, but we haven't seen her since then. And
Oh,
she was Robin's friend, and it was like, how are you friends with her, Robin? Because she's cool and you're not.
well, you know how that goes, child. Robin always hanging in the trenches, child.
Yeah.
Um. So Patricia or Petunia came over, said his little hellos to everybody, gave Wendy a hug, and was acting all jail, acting all like, "Hey, how you doing? How you been?" It's at their perfect opportunity to be like, "Hey, can I speak to you for a second?"
If you really had beef and smoke like that,
Come on
but
now,
you came right on over there, spoke to her, said hi, everything cool, hunky dory, ain't no
right?
problems, ain't no smoke.
And then Eva Ashley had to say, "Oh well, he seems jovial. Like he seems." Her dumb ass is like, "He seems jovial."
Right. So, girl, where's this beef? Petunia.
Right.
Petunia.
Okay, so that happened, and I guess Mia didn't get the. I guess she didn't receive the reaction that she wanted. I guess she was really wanting him to, lay down the business to her in front of everybody. So Mia was like, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure out what's going on here." So she walks over. Her and Sharice walks over to
There's the storyline. There's where
Mm-hmm.
Petunia didn't follow the script. Bitch, you were supposed to come over here and lay that woman out, but you didn't. And
Right.
so Petunia then remembered, oh shit, I fucked up. Well, it's too late now, so I'm gonna give you a little something so you can take back up over there.
Mm.
Let me
'Cause
gaslight
he,
your ass.
right? Because he knew Peter knew he wasn't going to sit there and be rowdy with her. Ain't nobody husbands here. They by themselves. Like they out here. Like, and she was not trying to get. He was not trying to get rowdy. Let's be very clear. He wanted Mia to do the dirty work, and that's exactly what she did. Because when she came over there, he was like, "Oh well, we had some business dealings, and I gave her a contract, and she hasn't hit me back up since. This, that, and the third, yada yada yada." Now she's like, "Oh, okay, like that's crazy. This, that, and the third. Well, she probably ain't got a return. She probably ain't got no money to be doing that." And
I
Sharice,
mean, you're one to talk, Mia, because let the people tell it, bitch, you might not have two nickels to rub against each other. Girl, you talking all
judge
this
about that
noise
damn house y'all rent that
while you
Airbnb.
renting a goddamn house. Girl,
Come on now.
you were never the CEO of this alleged chiropractic thing. Maybe they say you were never the CEO because CEOs don't ceremoniously get their whole businesses taken from them like that. They get severance packages if
Mm,
and when they get fired.
mm. Hello.
Real girls do real things.
Okay, did Sharice come over here talk about some? Oh yeah, well Peter, I gotta talk to you because I'm thinking about doing a lounge now, girl. Well, I mean, look, Sharice, look, look, everybody want to do a lounge show.
Here's my thing. None of I maintain before we even get to
Hmm.
all of this fuck shit, none of this had anything to do with Mia. None of it. None of it was any of her business. None of it involved her. None of it had anything to do with her. And if the person who it did directly involve came over there and ain't had no smoke, why are you coming back like you ready to fight? You're literally over here fighting for someone because she claimed it was for her husband. Ain't had nothing to do with no um Gordon Gartrell. And you over here fighting about something dealing with Pete, Peter, Petunia, and Wendy. Literally. Like that's what baffles the mind. Even if I go back to season 5, at least this was a direct confrontation between Candace and Monique. Baby, this don't have anything to do with you.
Yeah,
Wendy, I mean Mia, nothing.
nothing at all. Like
Like you're not involved at all.
so when she came back to the to the table, whatever, everybody, I think Ashley was like, "What's going on? Where'd you go?" It's like, "Oh well," and that's when she just brought it up. She was like, "Well, Peter got beef with you," and that's when all hell broke loose, child. Wendy and Mia get into it, and to me, I think that Mia started it definitely, and she was antagonistic. She was the one that was being antagonistic. Let's be very clear. She was being antagonistic, and then Wendy said something I guess didn't work with her, which caused her to initially throw a drink.
That was when Wendy was like, well, you should I mean Mia was like, well, you should have told him that you was coming in town. And Wendy was like, girl, he ain't my man. Go
Yeah,
about your business.
yeah. I forgot that part.
And
Yes,
that's when she was like, I don't know what you and your husband got going on, but me and my
right.
husband don't have that going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she got mad, talk about some. Oh, you talk, and that's when she threw the drink because she thought, oh, you was talking about her husband. Girl,
That's your husband. And my thing is that is true. I don't gotta check. Wendy ain't had to check for Peter because I'm in your city.
and the other part, did Wendy even know they were coming there?
Yeah,
That's my thing. Because when Peter came over there, and Peter said something to her, what did Wendy say? Did you check your text messages?
yeah.
Remember she said to him, check your text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, no bitch, I have been in communication with you. You need to check your text messages.
Okay, let's get into it. So, so this was a setup, and
It was a complete
yeah,
setup.
yeah, and it shows, and I hate that because with shows like this, it's seamless. We all know that things is guided. People said that about Real Housewives. Like a lot of the shit is guided, but this seems scripted. Like and it didn't work because it was just like me. You just look like a bully, and you sat there, and people expected Wendy not to act like when at this point Wendy went off. She went off the rail.
Wendy started off way better than me.
Yeah, yeah.
Baby, when a drop of this drink came at me and assaulted me and absconded me, baby, baby, baby shark, do 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 do. I would have, because all bets are off at that point. All bets are off.
I
So when Wendy
rip.
verbally drug her,
Yeah,
baby, don't.
It would
There's nothing you can say to
it
Wendy at
would have
that
been
point.
justifiable. Even Candace had to come out and say, I have great, I'm glad that Wendy didn't choose violence like I would have. I'm like, okay, I know that's right. You get what I'm saying? Like, I would have ripped that whole tracks out. You throwing a drink at me. My thing is, we over here dolled up. We looking good. We got the outfits on. We don't know how much. We don't know what Wendy got on, but it's probably something expensive. And you gonna throw some wine on me,
Girl, are you crazy? Girl, are you crazy?
girl? All them veneers would have been ripped the hell off. Let's be very clear. I'd have went tooth and nail. And the fact that Robin, white ass, Caucasian ass. Okay, let's be real clear. Sat there and got on her damn her phone recording.
Right.
Like,
First of all, talk about, oh, I want to get the real view. It's 35 cameras around y'all, Robin.
I literally said that on my video. I was
What are
like,
you
it's like
talking
mad
about?
cameras. It's mad cameras.
What are you talking about,
Yeah.
Robin? Oh, I need to make sure that we get the right.
And we know production always has the receipts on your asses. So
If
ain't
it's
nothing
something
was gonna
Bravo
be
gonna do, they're gonna show what really happened. They're
okay.
gonna show what happened.
Let's be like, what did you thought she was doing? And then we got Giselle in the background dick riding. Like she always just she all up in the punani of Robin, like for real. Like it is just like Giselle, shut up. People on that side, even Ashley was really on Wendy's side because Ashley was
The
like,
fact that I had to be semi on the same side with Satana and Gray Pubes, and I had to for a half second
yeah,
agree, even though Gray Pubes ain't shit. And let me tell you how that bitch ain't shit.
no,
Because instead of calling Mia ass out and saying, bitch, you were the one that was wrong. It wasn't Wendy. You was wrong. She is over here trying to play both sides. Oh, well, you both were wrong. No, no. Hey, that's not how this works, sweetheart. I know they both were wrong. That woman was over there minding her own business, and she brought her ass over here and tried it.
mm-hmm.
So it's no both. They were both wrong. Mia was wrong, and Karen is trying to blame both sides. Well, but here's the colorism. Because now here, what we got here? We have this concerted effort to come at Candace that involves Giselle and Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have this other, which certainly looks like an orchestrated, concerted effort to come at Wendy. The two dark skinned women on the show.
Yeah.
What else?
And things
And
only seem to happen to them, and that's why a lot of people say they are not fighting these colorism allegations. You bitches are colorists, and you're hearing it from me. Like it's so clear and I don't care how much Ashley want to sit there and get on her little Instagram and talk about, well, I don't feel like that way, and I don't, I know I love people. I'm this, that, and third. Shut the hell up.
you sound like the white woman who says I have black friends.
I got black friend, right? I got dark skin friend. Girl, shut up! Like y'all live in the privilege, so y'all not gonna see it, but it's inherently there. Like, and it's that's one of the reasons why I really had a hard time watching this show because it's not half and half. It's hella them versus a couple of handful of dark skins, and they always get the heat every season.
And then it was so obvious when these women went to go comfort and coddle Mia, who started all of this. Robin out here yelling at Wendy as if Wendy was the problem. You're antagonistic. You're antagonistic.
Saying the same
Robin
thing.
stood up and is yelling and screaming and doing all of this stuff. And a person looking at Robin would think she had lost her fucking mind.
I'm like, where is security? Like, bar none ain't got nothing because at this point, okay, y'all causing too much of a commotion, but bar one has to have their little. They probably getting a little check from this. Knowing Patricia or Petunia. Yeah, I mean, it was a mess.
I mean, they literally. Are you okay?
And Mia kept coming back. You kept coming back. You kept leaving, and then you came back. I'm like, all right, y'all got to figure out what y'all gonna do.
Because you remember she came back and she kept putting her face all in Wendy's. I mean, and Wendy, her finger all in Wendy, and Wendy was like, "Nah, girl.
So my thing
nah,
is,
girl.
who's
I done did the best I can.
Yeah.
Then you better get away from me."
I
You
mean,
better get away
who
from me.
really being antagonistic? You was getting in her face. You was about to do something, and I really wish they had Zeus security because I needed Mia to get that ass beat to, to be freaking honest, okay? Because that would have been
Like
just
Mia
my nerves.
and Giselle and Robin should have been laid the fuck out.
Okay, I ain't messing with Robin. Robin look like she probably could fight though. You know, she
She do look like a linebacker.
got them dyke hand. Ooh, let me stop, child.
But she do. She do. You ain't lying. You're not lying.
Child.
Baby, you're not
I
lying.
be messing with them, child. She look like she play hella sport. Girl, no, I ain't messing with Robin now. But
Girl.
Giselle call cops on you. That's what she'll do. She'll call the cops on you.
But it was so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Just so insanely ridiculous. Like I literally had to take a moment after the show. I said, I'm not gonna let these women drive my blood pressure up because the way
Mm-hmm.
they all corralled around Mia
Yeah.
and Mia started crying. They're like, oh my God. I was like,
See, that was colorism. That was colorism. And they gave Wendy nothing. So it either was you came for Wendy or you were silent. So that's why I was looking at
mhm,
Karen a little sideways. The only person that really went to bat for Wendy was partially Ashley.
Ashley, partially Ashley. Sharice, bitch ass,
Said
knew
nothing.
what was going on, but she's friends with Robin. And so she wasn't going to go against what Robin said. So you a stank puss ass bitch
So
too.
yeah, so
You
for
ain't
the
shit
people,
either,
y'all
Sharice.
just as worse as the people coming for Wendy now.
Your silence
Yeah,
speaks volumes, Sharice. You sat your ass there and didn't say a goddamn thing. A mess. It
exactly.
was a complete mess. And
Mhm.
they should all be embarrassed. But they're not because that's their colorism. You know, some of these light skinned people think they have their own pseudo white privilege and white supremacy. And
Mhm.
so that's why they feel that way. They feel like that's why Karen can feel the way she feels at her little antics that she has. That's why Giselle can feel the way she does. And that's why Robin now feels empowered the way she does. Because Robin should have been off the show a long time ago. But she feels empowered as well. And there's this concerted effort against Candace and Wendy. And you can call it what you want to call it, Ashley, Satana, but your ass
Mhm.
is colorist. Period. Full stop.
And we need to do a rinse of this casting. Okay, it needs to be a little bit more diverse. Okay, because if we gonna do the dark skin versus light skin, we need a little bit more dark skins up in here, child. Because we need to they need to get y'all together. To be honest, let's be clear. Now Xavier says something. Me is a whole crack baby, but got the nerve to call people ghetto. I did hear that little
She
crack
is a crack baby.
when she sat
She
there
is a
trying to
crack
call
baby.
Wendy ghetto, and I'm just like, where is that coming from? Where is that coming from? Like, in what way was Wendy acting ghetto?
Right, because there was nothing ghetto about Wendy at all. At
Exactly.
all.
Wendy, and I might get a little flack for saying this. Wendy don't even give ghetto. Like she give like Oreo. Like like
There ain't nothing about
she's
Wendy
very
that screams
preppy
ghetto.
and
Wendy don't give you that she's ghetto and hood about that life at all,
y'all only saying it because she dark skinned. That's basically what it is.
which is colorist in itself.
Cause
If
we
anybody is a
seen
thug,
yeah,
it's Robin.
it's Robin, thug ass.
Robin and Mia have been the thugs this season.
Okay.
Ghetto as hell, alley as hell. You got me standing in this ghetto ass Airbnb where I can hear people flushing the toilets because the pipes are protruding through the roof and
Oh yeah, I
shit.
remember that.
Girl,
Like real gutter. You gutter. Gutter. Like girl, what you talking about? I'm sick of look.
You will
Robin,
not bring your ghetto here.
You won't.
like Robin, who kept yelling, "Oh, you're being antagonistic." I just wanted to kick her right in the mouth. Like I literally wanted to kick Robin in the mouth.
Every time Robin talks, she just aggravated. Like she just well, I just feel like you're being antagonistic. You're being antagonistic with that monotone ass voice. I'm sick of Robin. I'm sick of Robin. I'm sick of Giselle. Mia, you know, you pissed me off this episode.
She was over there. I broke my nail. I need
I
to go
broke my
home,
nail. Who
girl.
broke?
If
You
you
broke your
don't,
damn nail. Ain't nobody broke. Look.
Wendy did nothing to you,
Uh-huh.
and magically your nail broke. You broke your own nail. Girl, I'm not doing this with you, Mia. I'm not doing this with you.
That goddamn overbite she got. She got some chompers. Let's be clear.
But listen, her own friend told the tale. When
Mhm.
Jacqueline told those women after Mia left, if I met her as an adult, I would not be her friend.
I remember that, yeah.
That should have told you something.
That's
Because
yes.
Jacqueline came out and told it. She said, I done been knowing this bitch since we was little.
They
And
not
that's the
gonna be
only
friends
reason.
once Mia sees this. I'm telling you, we will not. This is the last time we're seeing her this season.
Because she
Mhm.
said, I would not be friends with her if I met her as an adult. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Because the bitch ain't shit.
ain't shit.
Ain't
Shit
shit.
at all.
And there are literally people out there
Mm-hmm.
caping for Mia, Giselle, and Robin. And to me, I'm not having conversations with those people.
Yeah,
There's no conversation.
not a
Y'all are MAGA to me. Y'all are
not
wearing the
y'all
red
are back.
hat.
Not some of them probably did vote for Trump. I know Robin Dyke has voted for Trump, child.
Y'all are
I
wearing the
know
red hats
look.
at this point to me. I can't. I can't. Y'all are make America great again, people. I'm not doing
Giselle
it.
probably too. Giselle probably too. I know she voted. She's Trump 2024. These hoes need to come out with it. Now my thing is this. Now Wendy did say just because I don't do what my husband don't roll like that. Just because my husband don't be doing men's and women's. I was like,
But that was after
ooh.
the water. I mean, the drink was thrown.
Right,
At
right.
that point, I'm coming for
But
you.
Wendy did say, like I heard from some sources, I was like,
Yep. But
eh,
and I don't blame Wendy because you done threw this drink on me. At that point, I'm talking about you. I'm
hmm,
talking about your crackhead ass mammy. I'm talking about your dead crackhead, meth induced daddy. I'm talking about your raggedy children. I'm talking about your old gray pubic hairs giving you worm ass husband. I'm talking about the fact that you and Jacqueline and that man probably having threesomes. I'm talking about the fact that y'all had a threesome with Peter, and he probably.
not a threesome with Peter.
I'm throwing everybody in there.
You
Cause
and
ain't
you
nobody.
and you know
Go ahead.
Mia was doing the bending with Peter Child. She was doing the bending. Okay, let's be very clear on that.
Child, I told you half the first season I thought Mia was a man. So I thought at some point she was gonna whip out her meat and start flailing it around.
Oh, now I think Gordon's bisexual. He doesn't give ooh, ooh,
Child,
ooh. Child. Well,
child.
they're
A
fluid.
mess.
They're fluid. I'll just say that.
Just a mess.
Just a whole mess.
A damn
And for
mess.
no reason, because this had nothing to do with Mia. This has all to do between
Nothing to do with Mia.
Wendy and Patricia. Okay. Had nothing to do with Mia. Mia inserted herself in there, and you don't really even have beef with Wendy. Like, really? Like, I mean, okay, I guess they do. Because all right, because Wendy do be young bulling her a little bit sometimes. Like I remember in the reunion, she told her to shut up. Like there was times where Wendy really did get her a couple of times, talking about I think her surgeries and stuff like that. Like I think Mia was just waiting. She was just waiting to get her. I think that's what
Mm-hmm.
it was.
Child, it's a mess.
Like you said, Jack
And she got
earlier.
mad because she did not have the language, the vernacular, the lexicon, the whatever you want to put in there, the intellectual fortitude and wherewithal
Mm,
to combat and have command of language against Wendy. So she did what a ghetto girl does. Oh, you don't got me verbally, so I'm gonna throw this drink or I'm gonna try to fight you.
yeah.
Weak puss ass shit.
She
She's a
lucky
raggedy whore.
she lucky she
She's
wasn't
used to
dealing with
using her
Monique though.
mouth only on body parts, not for verbal combat. Only on body parts.
And she knew who to pick. She knew who to pick because I feel like Wendy is a little bit reserved in the fact that she's a woman that got degrees. She's very established and
But I
professional.
think Wendy shouldn't have. I I said this from season one, not season one, season five. Wendy's first season. When Wendy first came on, I had a whole dragging of Wendy for about 30 minutes because she kept talking about 4 degrees. I work at this. And I kept saying, this is not the show or the type of show or caliber of show where you try to flex, do a resume flex that involves where you work. Because where you work wants nothing to do with the likes of what's going on in this show. It doesn't even correlate.
Mm.
So you telling them, oh, you know, the first and youngest black woman to be a professor, baby, not when you in
Okay.
the middle of a heated argument and fight where this shit, looks like, I'ma just call it what it is. The white people looking at the black people like, look at these animals. You know that's what they're gonna say.
Mm.
You should have left that all the way out of that. Did Mia talk about, oh, I'm this and that, and everybody is proving that to be a lie. Everything Mia said about who she was and what she is to the business, and everybody's like, yeah, that's all a lie. That's a
Cap.
whole other story. But
Cap.
yeah, I think that's going to get Wendy in trouble because you see they had to put that statement at the end.
Yeah, yeah. They said so. I was like,
They said Johns Hopkins University has no parts of whatever the fuck y'all got going on this travesty of a show. Please keep our names out y'all's mouth. Thank you. Sit down.
and this is so crazy too, because I thought Potomac. I really always thought Potomac was like real, like classy and bougie and all this. Y'all get down and dirty and gutter with the Real Housewives, like y'all, not if not worse. It's a
So they're gonna
mess,
be like
child.
Love and Hip Hop in just a moment.
Right? It's about to. It's gas 3 notches down from Love and Hip Hop. Just just a moment.
Um,
And it left
where's Mona? Where's Mona Scott Young?
right.
Handed out pop
They
secret
better get
popcorn
moaning for the
coupons.
damn reunion, because Andy gonna be like, oh my god, stop talking, stop. I feel like they need to move him off. To be honest, when we gonna
A
get
mess. A mess.
it is. Oh my
Just
god,
a mess.
yeah.
And I'm trying to see what's gonna happen because at the end you got Mia calling Gordon asking for a plane ticket. Wendy to left. She in the van
Mm,
calling Eddie asking for plane tickets home because I'm not saying because I don't blame Wendy when she said I'm not gonna sit here with these Mia empathizers. This bitch done did all this shit and she called it right on out. All y'all who was here for nonviolence when it was Monique and Candace, where's that energy? Where's that same energy?
mm.
A mess. She was not wrong.
He wasn't. We gonna see what happens next episode, child. Because it
And
left the damn to be continued.
I want to see if they're gonna make Mia come and have this whole, shakedown where they make Mia come and sit in the room with them and apologize for her violence. And if Giselle gonna have that same energy, because if you go back to season 5 when Monique came in that house, I forgot who house they was at, and Monique tried to apologize, and Giselle went off.
Mm.
Mama went off. Keep that same energy, Giselle, raggedy bitch. Keep that same energy.
Keep it. But she not. Like,
Oh, I know
Giselle.
she's not. She's a raggedy bitch. The bitch is raggedy.
Elbows, arms. Ooh, let me see. Chill. Anyway, yeah, so that's what happened with this episode. Is anything else that you want to say? Anything that you want to promote before we get off?
um, I'm very happy to be here. No,
Not really.
I'm really curious to see the aftermath of all of this because
Yeah.
when the aftermath happens, that's when these clear lines get drawn in the sand, and it's like you on one side of you team this or team that. Is
Mhm.
no in betweens, none.
Right.
So I
Right.
want to see how this goes for the rest. I don't even know how many episodes are in the season, but now this is Real Housewives of Potomac. Now
Yeah.
we are deep in to what Real Housewives of Potomac gives. This
Hmm.
is the bullshit. This
The,
is why when people say colorism and people who are not as familiar with the show say, I don't really think that's colorism. And you be like, girl, you ain't been watching long enough. They'll
mhm.
show their ugly heads. And that's what we got happening.
Yeah. I knew it was colorism in there when they was bringing it up on the reunion, and people that were not dark skinned was shutting it down. I'm just like, this ain't for you to shut down. This ain't for you to define. Okay, let's be, and that's what kind of deterred me away from this show. But I'm starting to watch it, and I do like it. But they do be having like the little things, and if you either doing the colorism or you're just being a bystander and not saying nothing, which is the same.
You just as bad.
You just as bad.
Sharice, bitch ass.
And I'd say Karen, because Karen is just sitting there, just being
Karen took both sides, and Karen said, "Oh, well, you both were wrong." No, Karen.
Girl, bye. Anyway, yeah. Thank you so much for watching the show. Thank you so much for getting into it with us, getting in the comments. I love your chat. It's the same people every time. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. And we'll be back on El Teddy's channel.
Oh yeah, we'll be back with me next week. Ooh, it's gonna be so good.
Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. We're trying to get it up here. Watch the whole video from our replay watchers, okay? Because I'm like 1,000 watch time hours away from being a partner. It's happening soon, hopefully.
Yay, Darren.
Gotta keep on doing uploads. Like it's I don't know. I just feel like I love how there's like shorts. Like I have like the YouTube shorts or whatever, but like it doesn't count for the watch time hours. And it's just like I'll be making more shorts than uploads, and it's kind of hard to stay consistent with that, especially when
I gotta find me a new show to review.
Yeah.
Now that interview with the vampire is over.
Yeah. I'm thinking about starting to do more reality TV, because like it's always something to talk about. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm about to get off here. Bye.
Bye.